Well, the countdown to the inauguration of Joe Biden and as the 46th president of America continues. He takes over from his Republican predecessor, Donald Trump, and the inauguration ceremony will be live on this channel later today. It is of note that outgoing President Donald Trump was a lover of sports and owns a number of notable golf courses in the United States, but he had a confrontational relationship with sport, as he oftentimes would criticize many sports and big stars. On the day of Joe Biden's inauguration as the 46th president of the United States, let's try to examine Donald Trump's sporting legacy and what the future might look like under Biden for sports in the United States. During Trump's 4 years in office, sport and politics became intertwined in a way never seen before in the United States. His opinion and the reaction regularly created headlines in the biggest sports as American society got to grips with troublesome issues like players taking a knee. And of course, although the Capitol riots may prove to be the Biden memory of his presidency, Trump has pointed to a number of sporting triumphs while in office. And one major win for him surely was helping Los Angeles win the right to host the 2028 Olympic Games. Jay is the technical director of soccer education in Pennsylvania, United States. He joins the program live at this time. Well, Dr. Terry, aside helping to secure the right to host the Olympics in 2028, what else would Americans remember Donald Trump for as far as sport is concerned?
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and good afternoon, my fellow Nigerians. Quite frankly, other than the hosting the Olympic, I think Trump will be remembered as a very divisive president, a president that intensified the race war, that gave boldness to racists, and I don't think most Americans will remember him kindly, actually. You can see what happened, the insurrection that happened in the Capitol. He led that. This is the only president that have been impeached twice. And by the way, don't forget, the American government barely, in terms of policy, get involved in sports. So the fact that we are hosting the World Cup doesn't mean it was Trump that did anything. He literally has no hand in it. This was done totally by U.S. Soccer and by the private companies around the country.
Well, his involvement with golf suggested he perhaps loved sports and would support sportsmen and women, but that didn't happen in his 4-year tenure. Instead, he was involved in social media battles with some American sport icons, including NBA stars, golfers, American football players, and the women's soccer captain, Megan Rapinoe, was not spared.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he had a fight with everybody. He had a fight with Cabinet. Remember Cabinet, the football player who was kneeling down to protest injustice in the United States? He had a fight. He called him name. Trump is a disaster in terms of leadership. Remember, he told the American people he wasn't going to have time to play golf. He says, if you make me your president, I will not have time to play golf. I will be working for you. He never did that. He played golf all through the 4 years, and he let 400,000 Americans die with this COVID without any leadership. He was a disaster from top to bottom.
And now that a Democrat is returning as president, what does that portend for sport in the United States?
No, again, like I said, the government barely, in terms of policy, otherwise, they are very hands-off when it comes to sports in America, because we run our sports privately, unlike what happens in Nigeria, right? When each governor will have to have a team. And no, that's not the way it works here. What Biden is going to do is, from his policy, from his economic policy, there will be money in the system that sporting activities will go back up. For example, he's giving out $2,000 check to all Americans, struggling Americans, That's money that will now, in turn, go into sporting activity in one way or form. So again, there's no direct link between the government in America to sports. We operate independently, so to speak.
All right, Terry, let me bring you back home to Nigeria. You are the president of the Football Coaches Association of African Nations, a body that develops and trains football coaches globally. You once told us your plans for 2020 was distorted by the pandemic. What are your projections for 2021?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for promise for that question. Hopefully, we are hoping the pandemic will subside, but we have a slew of activity in Nigeria for 2021. We are going to be hosting our F course across all 6 geographical areas in Nigeria. We just finished up our Return to Educate protocol. That will be a protocol that will help us handle this pandemic during the courses, our courses across the country. So I see a situation where starting in March, Nigerians should be comfortable that FCAN will come alive and we'll be having our courses. And certainly in the summer, when things hopefully are much better, we'll now advance from the F to the C and the more advanced courses and symposiums.
Okay, Dr. Terry, before I let you go, you have been appointed a consultant by the Nigeria Football Federation. That's to train Nigerian football coaches. Tell us how you intend to do this.
Well, again, this is a situation of a square peg fitting into a square hole, right? I have been educating Nigerian coaches and educating coaches around the world, literally, for over 20 years. So this comes good for the Nigerian Football Federation, because now they will take the leadership in terms of educating, training Nigerian coaches. Beyond that, though, my job as a consultant goes beyond just training the coaches. I will have to design curriculums, a philosophy, a vision, and I will also help to find a system of play, a system of play and philosophy that will match what Austin Egbagboen wants to do. And then hopefully we all, as a country, will have a sense of direction when it comes to Nigerian football. Because it sounds like we were just all over the map before now. My job is a handful, but I'm excited, and hopefully we'll see Nigerian football climb. Not instantaneously. It takes time for things to progress. So hopefully, in a short time, Nigerians will begin to enjoy their team play again. The national teams. I'm talking about national teams from all the way from under 15 all the way to the Super Eagles, both men and women's.
Technical Director, Soccer Education, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh in the United States. Dr. Terry Gwauje, thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.